The national media flocked to Wilmington, Delaware this past weekend to stake out the home of Vice President Joe Biden because, after all, he was there inside and he might run for president. And they got exclusive video of Joe Biden going to his grandkids' sporting events to cheer them on. Seriously, that's all they got. What did they expect? That Biden was going to come out on his front lawn and announce that he's running for president? Because after all, everybody's there. You don't want to disappoint them. But instead, they got nothing, which is what any rational person would expect. Nothing. But that didn't stop national correspondents from filing reports on the national news about the nothing that happened.
Martha, nothing obvious. Vice President Joe Biden looks like somebody who is thinking about his future. We've seen the vice president spending some family time over the weekend, attending a grandson's flag football game, also attending a cross-country race.
Let me save the national media some Amtrak tickets. When Joe Biden runs for president, it's going to be a big deal. You'll get advance notice. You don't have to camp out on his front lawn and bother his family and the neighborhood. Now let me let you in on another little secret. He's running. He's been running for some time, and he's been playing the media just perfectly. Now, I don't think he set out to run. He, like everyone else, thought that Hillary Clinton had it in the bag, but that was before an email scandal sent her poll numbers plummeting down to the point now where socialist Bernie Sanders is within striking distance. The Democrats are panicked and praying for Joe Biden to be the savior and save the campaign. Now let me let you in on another little secret. What you're watching play out in the media right now is the political version of a Cold War between the Clintons and the Obamas. Sure, everybody's cordial on TV, but behind the scenes, they're having their proxies go to war with leaks and innuendos. Let's start with the email scandal. Aren't you a little surprised the FBI is involved? Let me be more to the point. Do you think the Justice Department could launch an investigation into President Obama's former Secretary of State without the president's blessing? And what about the drip, drip, drip of emails being released to the media by the State Department, assuring there's new findings in the headlines every few weeks? Now, it's not that the Clintons are just sitting back and taking this, but they have to be careful because Joe Biden is allegedly a friend. And the vice president's favorability ratings are sky high right now, and they have been ever since the death of his son, Beau Biden, Delaware's Attorney General. The nation saw the pain on Joe Biden's face at the nationally televised funeral, and we all felt for him. But behind the scenes, stories are leaked out that it's too late for Joe Biden. He has no organization. He has no campaign funds. He's run before and was an awful candidate. He risks embarrassing himself and ruining his legacy. Where do you think all that comes from? And then came the story in the New York Times that Beau Biden, on his deathbed, made his father promise that he would run for president. In one story, all questions about Joe Biden running are erased. I mean, if his dying son wanted him to run, of course he has to. Then it's leaked to Politico that it was Joe Biden himself who leaked the story to the New York Times about his son, making him look cold and manipulative. Gee, I wonder who would have leaked that. Apparently, President Obama is thinking is the same person I'm thinking it is, because the very next day, the State Department released more emails, and the FBI seized computers at the State Department. What you're watching is a tennis match using political grenades, and the Obamas dominate this sport like Roger Federer. Think about it. President Obama would love to have Joe Biden run and win. It would sanctify his legacy if the American people, by proxy, gave him a third term by electing his vice president as president. There is no question in my mind that Joe Biden is running with his friend and boss, President Obama, running stealth interference. Yep, Joe Biden will announce soon. Then it's going to get really dirty. I'm Larry Mendte. See you next week.